What is up guys, Wraec is here with a new video, and today I want to take another look at Natsu in PvP. If you haven't seen it already, I made a review about this guy and went into great detail on all of the different game modes. That is not what we're going to do today. Today the plan is we are going to check out Arena, we're going to try to do some PvP there. I had some time to test this guy a little bit more than before, and we're going to see if we can beat the teams on my server or using Natsu as a main damage dealer in those teams. Our main goal will be to kind of get to this ult to trigger, because this ult is really what is going to deal the most damage. To be honest, it doesn't matter too much for most fights if it's Lightning Fire Dragon mode or Fire Dragon King mode. At least not in terms of defeating enemies, because most enemies will die either way through the ult, whether it is Lightning Fire Dragon mode or the Fire Dragon King mode. The Fire Dragon King mode usually does more damage, but we really don't need it. So having the extra stun is rather nice, so I usually prefer to run him in Lightning Fire Dragon mode. The only teams where I wouldn't do that is if it's like a Hogan team with the light Bearer-faction skill, then I kind of want to have the extra damage, but that works out. So the goal is really to get the ult, and I have a little bit of an example here of how this can look, because I had to spend some extra time like finding a team that kind of works for this. It is not really that easy, to be honest. I fought Swampy Tough for this. He has a very nice V4 team, full on V4, also very cool with the Heathen skin, so we may get to see a little bit of that. Keep your eyes out for that. That is really cool. And the goal here was to get this Natsu ult off, and doing this required a ton of sustain. You can already see most of this team is just built around sustain, and we can kind of try take a look at this. Of course, Callan for some medium extra sustain for the entire team, because we need this overall heal. Then the Hugin coming in clutch, and then we just instantly nuke the entire team. So you can see, if you get him into the position where first of all, and let's just watch this again at the same time, where first of all he can hit the entire team, because they have to stand kind of close together for this, or at least a good part of the team, and you get him gets an ult off, and he doesn't die till then you have a chance. And fulfilling those requirements is kind of difficult, I have to say, but the damage output, well, that is a lot. That is really a lot, and that was like against a pretty tanky team overall, with like a crown Fresto and everything. So not bad at all. Let's just hop into a little bit of arena PvP and let's see what we can do. I mean, I am place 1 in the arena, and I have to say, game mode could use a little bit of a rework. To be honest, by the way, the Natsu head there, I kind of still think that looks rather funny. Just with the zoomed in Natsu head, you can kind of pull it down a little bit and make it your own head. So I have this ridiculous looking head there, honestly. This could get a kind of a rework. I kind of think it should be a seasonal game mode, at least linked with the district. So you get a few people in there every now and then and break it up, because I haven't done anything. Like now, one guy from my guild beat me a few times. Really, there isn't too much happening. Skelevra over here, we can try to fight against him. It's P3 overall. We're not on a full P4 team. That is what I usually use, with a Lily May Siren in there. Siren I like to combine. We are probably going to take away the Lily May. We're probably going to take away the cryonia. Obviously, we are going to try to do a little bit of Natsu gameplay, linking to the Thorin mostly for the Chainers. Where is it actually? Take some damage for an ally, short description. Ally placed behind in green to take 50% of damage for them. And then we're really going to go with Callan, I believe, because the positioning of Callan is a question. Because we could do maybe something like this. I don't hate this. Or we go like this. By the way, the bug is still in the game that if you move around your Siren, if you haven't seen this, this animation stacks. They've never fixed this. Looks absolutely ridiculous. You just have to place him on the board and just move him around a little bit, and this animation will start stacking and glowing quite a lot. You can easily remove it though. Do we go like this? Because they will run over there, and it will keep them a little bit closer together if they just focus on Callan. Do we even move Thorin over there? Do I like that? I mean, closer is better in this situation. Question is, do we get an ult off like this? And then we can just go Ah, but then we aren't CC immune. Tough. I will try multiple things. Let's just go with this for now. And then we have Siren and we have our Ludovic over here. We have the enemy a bit closer together because they will all focus on the units near to them. And we can try to go like this. Maybe even Ludovic to the back would have been better. Let's see if we get the ult. We get the ult. It is a full kill. Now we just have to get rid of that Bonnie. Come on. Ah, there's still the Tazi. Come on. We got the ult off. But we lost to like really the Bonnie not standing there because she ulted away. During her ult she moved. Let's watch this again. During her ult she just moves over here. Yeah, there. Oh, that was the dodge. That was her second ability. And then of course, I mean, kind of lost the Ludovic, the Siren due to damage. And then Ludovic because he wanted to keep the other heroes over there alive. Yeah, usually Tazi isn't that much of a problem when I fight them with cryonia. Because when I fight them with cryonia, cryonia obviously finishes them. That is something that Natsu really doesn't do. Yeah, that is a problem. That is a problem because with the Bonnie damage over time, well, you are on a timer. You can try against Kairi. That will be tough. Also, we would have to counter that Iron. I don't like to fight this team. Not because it's full V4, but just like this combination with the Iron is so weird. Maybe we fight something else. We try Shrymp. I mean, that is kind of the same team, but with a Satrana in there. I've never played this against a Satrana, or with a full Link. My god, okay. A little bit of a weirdness here. The map is obviously there so you can run twins. So the question remains, do we even want to do that? Like, if we go like this, we of course get the Bonnie damage over time on our Natsu, which wouldn't be quite optimal. Kinda like doing this. But I want one twin to stand next to the Callan if we do this. Because we have like the full Graveborn Link over here, so that isn't bad. That isn't bad. I'm scared of this combination. I'm scared of this combination, guys. I don't know. I don't like it. I really don't like it. I don't know if the twins are even good for us here. We're just going to run it. Let's put the triple speed away. We have pretty good Link over here. Natsu's still there, of course. The first ult got countered. We're probably going to get the second one. Satrana now going to be immune. And of course, when she's immune, she doesn't get CC, thus we don't really block her HP. We are probably a bit more CC immune than usual. That would have been interesting. What happens if you push Tazi HP below 50%? I mean, usually she just tries to revive. She's gone now. That worked fairly well against this team. It was a little bit on the weirder side, and of course we had a bit of a Paragon advantage there. I think, because we... Did we? It's one P4, it's another P4. He has 3 P4s on the board. We had the P3 and the P and 2 P2. Yeah, that is an advantage. That is an advantage because this is only Supreme Plus. This is also only Supreme Plus. We had nothing below P2, so that was with the Paragon advantage. Otherwise, it could have been a lot scarier. I don't think Satrana was necessarily worth it at like just Supreme Plus. But still, we took a lot of damage. But okay, we won against Shrymp, so that is something. Calevra, I think we fought Calevra first, right? Within this video, probably on a short end. Okay, let's fight Andre as well. Andre we fought in a lot of videos. But he has pretty low Paragon set. Pretty high stars, look at that. Look at that whale here. We're definitely wailing on those stars. 6 stars on everything. Okay, that is insane. I don't have that. I don't have that. With the P3 Ludovic, I like that. But it would probably be a little bit unfair if we fought this, right? Seems a little bit low Paragon. I don't know why they all said low Paragon defenses now. We don't have a Tazi here. We don't have a Tazi. We have a Bonnie. I want to try this now. Because the thing was that I was really annoyed with. Usually it's pretty good to have it on Ludovic. The Bonnie thing. I still think this team can work. I still think this team is not bad even with this arena. Because you kind of get to place your damage very, very close to the enemy. If you get the ult, that is. Because Natsu right now is just staying around stunned. Oh, we even get the ult animation. And yeah, if you get Siren ult and then hammer out the Natsu ult, it's very quickly over. We were stunned for quite some time there. I want to see this again. Because Natsu over here, he's moving over to the enemy side. Obviously standing there, getting hit a little bit. And now I can't see him anymore. Is he stunned? I think, yeah, he's stunned. I think it's because of Ludovic, because he moved onto the Ludovic plant. Worked out for us in this situation. The question really is, and it's a little bit of a problem, I think. Is Natsu good? Like, it is of course an investment now to go for him in this case. It costs us quite a bit to go for him. Maybe we do fight Kairi, by the way. Kairi would be kind of an interesting end. It costs quite a bit, and in the end you have a hero that is very squishy and ult relying, so you don't really do a whole lot with the normal attack. With Shamira, for example, Alpha just made a very interesting video. Alpha, the content creator, you should subscribe to him, by the way, made a very interesting video showing off normal attack Shamira, so something very, very interesting in that part. And I thought, well, that is kind of cool. The thing is, you really don't do anything when your Natsu can't ult. Really, that is something that just doesn't work. So a little bit of a problem on that end. And then, I mean, you can check for other ult relying heroes and maybe use them. For example, cryonia. I mean, cryonia is really the same. You want her ults, but you have a lot more damage from like the normal attacks. So in that sense, a little bit better in PvP. For this team, I'm mostly scared. Yeah, short immobilized here on the iron. Could make the Dino get his ult faster than we get it. We run Siren so he doesn't get his Mythic Plus ability off. Also, his team isn't really designed that well in that regard, I have to say. Sorry, Kairi, but that needs some adjustment. It probably will beat us, I'll be honest, because I reckon either we're going to hit by a Thorin ult, or this Dino is just going to move out of the way. Both of which could happen. We should have swapped those two. Ah, that was a little bit of an error, I think. Okay, still worked out. We are a little bit far away. There it goes. You see? Annoying. We get the ult though. So that's something. Got the kill there. Ah, a little bit. Come on. Okay, we got the kill. That could, well, the Siren is good. A good thing with Siren is he really doesn't move a whole lot. So if we have our squad over here, even if that Thorin goes absolutely ham on us, we will still have Siren. So I didn't think we could win this. It was a little bit of a weird enemy team, but it was full V4 with the V4 Dino, which we countered pretty swiftly. And I think really the good thing about this map is that we can move him a little bit closer. Am I a big fan of him? Do I think I need him at P4? I kind of want him at P4, I'll be honest. But not really for usability, mostly for a thumbnail, so I can make something like Crown Natsu and make a video about that, because I think that would result in some very nice clicks. But from a usability term, I think if I build the same team, if I use the same team, I take Natsu out of that, put cryonia in there, I think I will have more success. Maybe we can try that. There isn't really anything stopping us. Andre, no. Shrymp, no. I want to fight Kairi again, but with cryonia. There we go. And we take Natsu out. First good thing about using cryonia here, of course we have a little bit of a Paragon advantage and a stat advantage, so that is something. And to be fair, I don't really want to have her at that position. We want to swap those two, because that is an error I noticed in the last fight, and Lightning Spell will work a little bit better like this. And then we are probably fine. Even though that iron is now on our side, actually moved us to a better position. It's kind of funny. I don't want that Diana to ult too early though. That would be kind of devastating. The Thorin in this position, not that bad. Thank you once again. We get the kill on the iron. We could get the kill. Ah, we didn't get the Diana though. It's 3 random heroes. If we got the Diana, I would have been a little bit more happy, I think. Because if that guy's going to ult, that's going to let us take a little bit of damage. And could be rather devastating. We have the heal there. Yeah, that was like just unlucky. No, we lose that. I was like, yeah, that is really cool. Let us go ahead. How long does this guy want to stay in the air? Can he please come down or something? I don't know. Yeah, okay, that was a little bit ridiculous. I don't know. Yeah, that ult is not going to do a whole lot there, Mr. Thorin. Okay, that was a little bit ridiculous, honestly. Maybe we would have won that immediately if the cryonia just took the dial into her area, and that was a 75% chance. So, I don't know. But okay, I mean, like, guess we can lose either way. I was certainly more surprised by Natsu. So, is Natsu like a deadbeat hero in Arena? Actually not. Like I don't think he's like that bad. You need to support him a lot. But he does have damage. He actually does have a decent bit of damage that he can nuke enemy teams with. So he's definitely a threat. Like, you wouldn't want this guy to ult next to your team. And if you can combine this with some heroes, Callan, Thorin, Ludovic, like the classic heroes that really make your team a whole lot more tanky. Maybe Siren for some counters there. And if you got the Siren ult at the right time, it's even better. And we have a lot of abilities that actually buff his damage. And maybe if we get some more dimensional heroes, that is something that I thought about was also, when we get some more dimensional heroes in the future, then his attack increase and stuff can be very, very insane. Because if you then make a link with the dimensional heroes and you go with twins, put them together and make use of this ability, 15% of the highest corresponding stats among other linked allies. His attack is quite enormous, it seems. So that could mean that you have some nice boosts through twins as well. But we don't know when we get the next dimensional hero, so that is a question. For now, I think it's kind of interesting to check out his potential. I thought you I hope you enjoyed the fights. And should say I hope you enjoyed those fights a little bit more experimenting. I'm not too sure if I want to stick with Natsu, but I'm going to give it a little bit of a try. I don't want to go immediately back to cryonia. I did 3,000 points in Arena a while ago, so I don't really care about my points. If I lose, if I win, doesn't matter. It's all the same, really. So I want to try him a little bit more, and maybe we get some more dimensional heroes in the future, and then we can make a dimensional team. So with that, one last word. If you need some cheap dragon crystals, as always, I can fully recommend you guys to check out lootbar.gg through the link in the description. There is a link, lootbar Wraec, right down below, that you can click and will bring you to lootbar. It's an affiliate link, so I get a little bit of a share. It's very, very nice. You don't have to pay anything more. And if you register an account, you will get a 3% discount coupon and an 8% discount coupon that you can use for your purchases. So that is very, very nice. Definitely recommend you going through lootbar. It's also a very easy to use site, to be honest. Personally, I was asked before whether the lock-in top-up is good. It's a top-up where they go and log into your account and make the purchase. I used that for my last 2 purchases now and worked very, very well. So can also recommend that. Direct top-up was nice before. It's now a little bit more expensive. They had some problems there that they weren't able to fix yet. So it's a little bit more expensive to go through direct top-up. But this is super comfortable. You just click on it, basically appears on your account. So that is like pretty great. But check this out if you want through the link down in the description. And with that, I wish you a great day, and we'll see us in the next one.